Well, as the teams come out, it's the West Ham fans who are singing "I'm Forever" blowing bubbles, but it'll be Tottenham who may be blowing hardest in the first half here. They're taking the field with a number of players still suffering the after effects of that food poisoning and wondering if they'll last the game. Requests were made for a delay in the kick-off time to enable the affected players to digest some food. Spurs wanted 4 hours, the police wouldn't sanction that, and in the end it was decided to go ahead as originally scheduled. The Premier League would not sanction an official postponement, and had Spurs pulled out, it was at the risk of a hearing. Shades of Middlesbrough, 1997. In fact, Martin Jol has decided to risk what would have been his best available lineup, and two former Hammers are in the Spurs team, Michael Carrick and Jermaine Defoe, along with the injured Ledley King and Jermaine Genus. They would hope to be in the England World Cup squad announced tomorrow, and could there be a late call-up for 19-year-old Aaron Lennon? Goalkeeper Paul Robinson is sure of his place. Alan Pardew has said there are still 4 cup final places up for grabs, so with Ashton and Etherington injured, Mullins suspended and Marlon Harewood rested to the bench, 2 former Spurs men are partnered up front. What an irony if Bobby Zamora or 40-year-old Teddy Sheringham were to put the skids under their old club today.
Michael Dawson. Please welcome back number 23, Michael Carrick. Number 25, Lennon. And number 30, Anthony Gardner. Subs for Spurs, 12, Cerny. 8, Danny Murphy. 19, Andy Reid. 27, Calvin Davenport. And number 37, Lee Barnard. Now let's hear for the FA.
I just didn't see any Tottenham faces there.
West Ham United in goal number 34, Shaka Hislop. 2, Leo Scaloni. 3, Paul Konchesky. Number 4, Hammer of the Year, Danny Gabbidon. 5, Ferdinand. 6, Fletcher. 8 and captain, Sheringham. 15, Benayoun. 20, Reo-Coker. 25, Zamora. And 26, Sheringham.
Michael Dawson, reportedly one of the worst affected players with illness during the night.
7, Dailly. 10, Harewood. 19, James Collins. And number 35, Reid. It's a lovely afternoon, we do have a game. It's West Ham against Spurs. Let's really make some noise and get behind the two.
Chris Foy is the referee. It's a beautiful afternoon in East London. West Ham 6 days away from the FA Cup final, and both these clubs already guaranteed European football next season. Carrick for Spurs, playing against his old club, goes down early. That's Danny Gabbidon, who's been voted Hammer of the Year in his first season at Upton Park. Zamora beaten there by Gardner. Sort of atmosphere you would associate with a London derby. In many ways it's a revival derby when you think where these two clubs were this time last year and where they are now. That's Fletcher to Sheringham. Zamora taken out by Gardner. Free kick. And Teddy Sheringham from all of 35 yards. It hit Stephen Kelly and went out for a corner on the far side. Benayoun has gone across to take it. Up from the back comes Scaloni. And he gets into the thick of it there, and Nigel Reo-Coker. Really caught that on the full. It's Scaloni who goes in with two Spurs players, and Reo-Coker, who scored the winner at West Brom, hits that well. Offside flags up on the far side. Kevin Pike, the assistant referee. This is Konchesky, who had a short spell on loan at Tottenham himself. Now Lennon. What could a good performance do for him today? That was Keane. Edgar Davids is playing wide on the left at the start, with Tainio in the central midfield position alongside Carrick. Defoe will get roundly booed because he left West Ham in somewhat unsavoury circumstances. This is Benayoun. Anton Ferdinand to Scaloni. It's Michael Dawson's header. Carrick. And again, tries to find Defoe. Teams drew 1-1 at White Hart Lane earlier in the season. West Ham scored a late equaliser, courtesy of Anton Ferdinand, who plays that across to Gabbidon and gets it back. That was Newton. And away by Dawson. And Sean Newton's playing wide on the right here. He's taking on the Spurs left back, Lee Young-Pyo. And West Ham have got four well forward here on the edge of the 18-yard box. In went Reo-Coker, backing up the strikers. On by Sheringham. This is Konchesky. Well, that's a well-delivered ball. It was Teddy Sheringham who was the target. In fact, there's a flag up for offside. But it was a beautifully struck diagonal pass here by Konchesky. Oh, is he offside? I think that's a bit marginal. Tainio. Keane. Nice and neat. Davids is out left. Kelly. Forward by Dawson. Davids. Defoe. Well, he was expecting that kind of reception here at Upton Park, Jermaine Defoe. I would have thought it was time for West Ham fans to let bygones be bygones there now. Here's Tainio. Kelly. This is Keane. This is Fletcher. Bear in mind that there's a position there to be won for next week's cup final, central midfield, along with Reo-Coker. Fletcher's a leading candidate because Mullins can't play after his red card against Liverpool here. And talking of that, no West Ham player would want to be red carded today. Benayoun. Two managers both out on the edge of the perimeter area. Alan Pardew keen to win today to try and finish 8th in the Premiership. Martin Joel knowing that a win means 4th place. On by Sheringham. This is Bobby Zamora. It's a decent turn. It's Benayoun for West Ham. Yossi Benayoun. Oh, he steered it wide of the far post and knows he should have done better. Spurs were exposed on their right flank here. Look at the space for Benayoun. Now what does he do? Does he shoot? I think perhaps from there he's entitled to. Zamora, a lovely turn, sets this up. And Benayoun is all by himself there for a moment. Here's Fletcher for West Ham. Oh, it's gone in! Oh, right out of the midfield. It's Carl Fletcher. And the England goalkeeper beaten down to his left by a long-range shot from a player who is competing today for a cup final position. Carl Fletcher. Well, Spurs weren't expecting this. They lost the ball really rather carelessly. And nobody closed him down. There's swerve on the ball. That's what beats Robinson. And West Ham have taken the lead in the London derby with 10 minutes gone. And the Tottenham supporters received a double whammy there when they heard what might be happening at Highbury. This is Davids. Wide to Lee. Good run by the Korean. And that was the first goal that Carl Fletcher had scored in the Premier League. Davids. Tainio. And now it's Lennon. And this is really a day when the Tottenham fans, they're watching one game and listening to another, really. They'll know that Wigan are back in it at Highbury. This is Davids. Oh, Tainio with a chance, deflected. Corner. And there's some really unsavoury barracking going on for Defoe from the West Ham supporters on that far side as he prepares to take a corner. He's found Davids. West Ham didn't close down there, nor there, but they got away with it, really. Benayoun. Oh, they may do even better than that. It's Reo-Coker. Zamora's in the centre. Benayoun is backing up on this side. This is Zamora. And now Sheringham. It's a pulsating start to this London derby. And West Ham are giving it all they've got. There'll be no favours done here today, certainly not by Teddy Sheringham, who scored 124 goals in his 2 spells at Tottenham. He might have had one there against them for West Ham. Turn by Zamora against Dawson. Sheringham. Gabbidon. Intelligent pass. Scaloni. Again, the Hammers have got 4 men right in the box. It's a really attacking approach here by Alan Pardew's team. West Ham force another corner. Davids doesn't agree with that. No point in arguing. Benayoun will go across to take it. Anton Ferdinand's just outside the 6-yard box. Headed away by Tainio. It's Defoe. And he's on his own at the moment for Spurs. There's nobody else in the West Ham half. He was entitled to expect some support there, Jermaine Defoe. This is Konchesky. Alan Pardew barking out some advice as he runs past him. Zamora. Benayoun makes the run. This is Fletcher again, and he tries again. Well, he'd scored for West Ham in the Championship last season, but this today was his first Premiership goal. And it's put Martin Joel's team 1 behind, as if they haven't had enough to think about this morning. Just wonder whether Alan Pardew down there talking to Benayoun, whether he might think about playing that way in the cup final if Etherington doesn't make it. He's put Sean Newton on the right and moved Benayoun from right to left today. Up goes Davids with Scaloni. Defoe won that well. Davids, Lee. And that Tottenham move breaks down, and when they retreat, West Ham seem to be able to break quickly. Oh, it's a mistake by Dawson. This is Sheringham. It's Benayoun for West Ham. Good block. That looked as if it was going to be 2-0. Tottenham were caught out in central defence, but Stephen Kelly made up the ground to get the block in on Benayoun. Here's Scaloni. Newton. Zamora. Newton's cross. Keane. That was won by Ferdinand. This is Fletcher again. Now Aaron Lennon. It's a free kick. Bobby Zamora has become quite a favourite here after not really hitting it off at Tottenham. But he's up for it today. Martin Jol will be assessing the fitness of certain Tottenham players as this first half wears on. How debilitated were they by what happened overnight? Understand that there was no set meal. Nobody had ate the same food necessarily at the evening dinner. This is Keane. Oh, it's Lennon. Good break by Tottenham. Oh, and Defoe was coming in until Ferdinand got a foot there. Really swift break by Aaron Lennon. It's a corner to Spurs. And Michael Carrick is getting applauded by the West Ham fans behind that goal, which is rather different to the way they're treating Defoe. Gardner is forward here, so is Dawson. Oh, and it was Tainio who came in on that and got good contact. Just couldn't keep it down. Sheringham. Konchesky. And Zamora's pulled a long way away from Dawson there, but Dawson got the block to concede the corner. Benayoun will take it. Ferdinand on his way forward now. Oh, Fletcher's in there again, and so was Ferdinand, hooked away by Davids. That's a Tottenham free kick. Sheringham. Now Tainio. Well, it's refreshing to see two teams really pushing four forwards up in every attack. This is Lennon. Michael Carrick. Scaloni was in the way. This is Zamora. Touch it off to Sheringham. Reo-Coker's up to his right. And Konchesky's coming down the left now. And he forces Kelly to give away a corner. Benayoun is really whipping these in from the left-hand side. The last one caused a bit of a panic in the Spurs defence. Ferdinand's telling him to wait, because it was Fletcher who flicked it on last time for Ferdinand. This time they played it short to Newton. This is Gabbidon. In it goes from Scaloni, out by Dawson. I'm not a medical man, but I think even from up here you can see that Michael Dawson looks to be possibly a shade below par in the first half. He was the Tottenham player most seriously affected overnight. That's Reo-Coker. It's a goal kick. Halfway through the first half, and West Ham deserving of their lead. Oh, what a good first season they've had in the Premiership. West Ham, Alan Pardew taking them into the top half and also to the cup final. And he would love to go out on a high note today. That's Kelly for Tottenham. This is Tainio. Keane. And again. That's Reo-Coker to Sheringham. But his touch to Fletcher was intercepted by Tainio. This is Davids with Lee on the far side. It's going to be a Tottenham throw, or better still, a free kick. Michael Carrick will take it. This is where really Gardner is needed up in the box. He's going there now. Dawson's already there, but it's overhit by some way by Michael Carrick. Well, no sooner has one big football story subsided than another one comes along. Steve McLaren's appointment, Wayne Rooney's injury, Tottenham's food poisoning, and Monday, Sven-Göran Eriksson's World Cup squad. Sheringham. He's just put too much weight on that for Benayoun. This is Konchesky. That's Bobby Zamora. Scaloni. Fletcher, the goal scorer. Sheringham's touch. Reo-Coker. Newton. Lee. Of course, there is a scenario here where neither Tottenham nor Arsenal might win today. If Spurs lost and Arsenal drew, Arsenal would be fourth on goal difference. Here's Fletcher to Sheringham. Benayoun. This is Zamora. Konchesky to Zamora again. Dawson closes him down. Oh, referee initially gave goal kick, saw his assistant and has given corner, and Robinson puts his hands on his head and can't believe the decision. There was definitely a change of mind there by Chris Foy when he saw the way his assistant was flagging. Spurs uncomfortable with that decision. It's a corner to West Ham, to be taken by Newton this time. That's a push, surely, by Newton. This is Keane. Lee to Davids. Gardner. Header on there for Reo-Coker from Newton. West Ham first to the ball again there. Just get the feeling that what happened overnight might be affecting Tottenham. They don't look as sprightly as West Ham, that's for sure. But on the other hand, they won't want to see that as an excuse. Here's Tainio. Fletcher in on two there. Now, who passed the ball back to Robinson? Uh-oh, trouble here. Players from both sides surrounding Chris Foy. He's given a free kick on the basis, I think, that he feels a Tottenham player passed the ball back. Robinson is furious. And here we have A proper incident. Now then, it was certainly... it caught the West Ham foot, is that what Robinson's claiming? But the pass was intended for the goalkeeper, wasn't it not? It's Tainio. It just clips the foot there of Bobby Zamora. Now, does that negate it or not? That's what they'll be asking Chris Foy. Well, there's been all sorts of protest and counter-protest around the referee. He has given the free kick inside the penalty area. And where now do Tottenham stand? On the goal line, I presume. Well, Tainio shaped as though to pass to Robinson, I have to say that. And they'll have to go on the line. Worrying moment for Martin Jol. Looks as though Teddy Sheringham there is putting the ball down. He's got Zamora with him, the two strikers, the two ex-Tottenham men, ironically. Chris Foy's now pacing out the 10 yards. Well, indirect, of course. Sheringham shapes, plays it back towards Benayoun. This is Fletcher, Sheringham again. Zamora. Play on. Oh, Spurs have got away with it. Here's Scaloni. Well, Tainio was the player involved in that unusual incident. Sheringham now as Robinson comes out from goal, and I don't quite know whether he made the right decision there, but it won't matter now. He's unsettled, Robinson, by the award of the free kick, there's no doubt about that. But the Tottenham supporters have had a little bit of good news. Not good news from here, I hasten to add, but the fact that Wigan... listen to the roar of the crowd. The Spurs fans have just heard that Wigan have taken the lead at Highbury, and there's a real celebration going on behind the goal, even though Tottenham are one down here. It's an extraordinary day sometimes on the last weekend of the season. Surely Wigan couldn't spoil the farewell Highbury party, could they? This is Tainio to Carrick. It's Defoe. Oh, it's a great goal! Jermaine Defoe on the ground where he made his name. And what a reminder for Sven-Göran Eriksson. Spurs fans are in heaven just at the moment. They've heard that Arsenal are losing, and now Defoe equalises here. And so typical of him as well. What quick feet he has around the box. Look at this. You don't think he can score from there, but he shows how he can. He had a defender right on his back, but the turn and shot is too much for Shaka Hislop. It's West Ham 1, Tottenham 1, and Defoe stakes an England claim. And even before West Ham can kick off, the picture changes again. Spurs fans have hardly stopped saluting the goal than they hear that Arsenal have equalised at Highbury. That was, a bad one from Kelly. It's going to come to Benayoun. It is Ferdinand. This is Tainio. Zamora on the near post. Spurs unhinged again there by Zamora. This is going to be a real knuckle-biter of an afternoon, I think. Wonder if two games have ever been played in the capital on the same day with so much hinging on them, when so many things seem to be happening minute by minute. Jermaine Defoe with the equaliser for Spurs against his old club. This is Carrick. Oh, it's been won back by Defoe. Lennon. And now Tottenham are suddenly moving up a gear. Defoe again. Lovely back heel to Lennon. Robbie Keane waits in the centre. Gabbidon concedes the corner. And Spurs, in this last 5 minutes, have found themselves. Carrick will take the corner. Michael Dawson and Anthony Gardner are up from the back, far side of the box. Gardner! Oh, I thought that was 2-1. And I think he may have done too. Anthony Gardner timed his run there to perfection. He got the other side of Gabbidon, but he couldn't get any real direction on that header. It was further away than it looked from this angle. Zamora. He really is putting it in today, Bobby Zamora. There's a cup final place up for grabs for him if Ashton doesn't make it. Spurs have only actually lost one of their last 10 games against West Ham in League and Cup. They've come from behind in this one. Here's Davids. Lee. It's Davids again. That's a foul by Zamora on Gardner. Michael Dawson. Well, there's 5 minutes left in the first half, and Martin Jol will have to assess now whether any of his players really have been weakened by the food poisoning epidemic, and he and Chris Hughton will have to decide whether the same team comes out for the second half. Dawson particularly has looked a little off colour to me. This is Benayoun. Sheringham, oh, he's foxed them. Benayoun again. Oh, and Robinson saves it. Oh, and the follow-up saved as well from Zamora. Well, it's the sort of game where you just don't know what's going to happen next. West Ham there after the wiles of Sheringham. Bobby Zamora had the final shot, but there were defenders falling in front of the goalkeeper by that time. Benayoun here played a part in the move as well. This is Davids trying to put Aaron Lennon away. Well, Robinson involved again there as Benayoun pulls the ball back. Robinson saves the first effort, and then it's the defenders in front of him who block the second from Zamora. Down the line from Konchesky. Zamora's movement out there today is just a joy to watch. Here's Ferdinand. Fletcher looking for Zamora, but even he can't reach that. He's had a really good first half. Some nice selection problems for Alan Pardew for the cup final. Well, he hopes there will be. It's the absence of Mullins and the injuries to Etherington and Ashton that have perhaps opened up the team selection a little. Here's Davids. That's a push by Dawson on Zamora. It's a free kick to West Ham. 2 minutes before half-time. Well, Sheringham hit one early from this distance. Fletcher scored from this sort of distance. They're both on the ball now. Sheringham plays it early. He was looking for Zamora. Here he is again. Konchesky. Now Zamora. Another corner to West Ham. 6 now in the first half. Benayoun to take it. It's gone short to Newton. Spurs trying to scramble it away. 2 West Ham players going for the same ball. One goes down injured. Play goes on, but I think Chris Foy, have to have a look at this. Could be a head injury. That was a collision between 2 West Ham players, as a matter of fact, and it was Fletcher who got the worst of it, having collided with Reo-Coker. The Spurs players, desperate for a breather, are coming over and taking water. Well, it's been just about everything in this first half. We've got 1 minute of time to be added on. Let's give the ball back time now. Two teams drew 1-1 at Tottenham in the first half of the season. It's 1-1 again here at Upton Park. Dummy by Keane. Reo-Coker. Zamora. Scaloni. And as Dawson heads clear, referee blows for half-time. All the ingredients of a London derby to enjoy. West Ham in front through Carl Fletcher. Well, nobody has collapsed in the Tottenham dressing room at half-time. They're starting the second period with exactly the same 11. And they start level at 1-1, knowing at the same time that Arsenal and Wigan are also all square. If it stayed like that on both grounds, Spurs are okay for fourth. West Ham, from their point of view, have steered clear of injuries so far today, which will be a relief to Alan Pardew. This is Davids for Tottenham. Outside him is Defoe. But it's a disappointing finish by Davids, I must say. Just wonder whether he'll be at White Hart Lane next season. At this time of the year, you wonder about the future of quite a few players. That was won by Gardner. This is Defoe. Here comes Newton up against Lee. Ball was out. Spurs have no way of knowing at this stage how the game at Highbury is going to finish, so they've got to go for the win still. West Ham know that an extra place up the Premiership means more money. Martin Jol still with that enticing prospect of the Champions League. He's in the UEFA Cup at worst. Here's Kelly for Spurs. Zamora, Fletcher, crowd urging him to shoot again. He's got a corner. Benayoun will take it. Ferdinand and Fletcher by the penalty spot. Scaloni's joining them now. Sheringham, I think he headed it into Fletcher. Konchesky backing up. Back by Gabbidon. Benayoun, Zamora, little back heel, he's trying the tricks on today. Full of confidence. Zamora again. Scaloni. Lee turned on towards Defoe. He's grappling with Ferdinand. Konchesky's got Lennon coming up behind him, and they're keeping Shaka Hislop busy at the moment with passes back. This is Gardner. Lee letting it run to Defoe. Now Davids. Reo-Coker. Releases Newton. 3 in the middle for West Ham. Teddy Sheringham is the furthest man over. And he's played it back to Bobby Zamora. Oh, he's gone down. Penalty. It's a penalty to West Ham. They can't handle Zamora today. Spurs are protesting, but Chris Foy didn't hesitate. It's Tainio who comes in behind him, and frankly, he took the man and not the ball. And Teddy Sheringham, at the age of 40, can score against his old club. What a moment this could be. Oh, he saved it, Robinson. Well, Sheringham, he did miss 1 or 2 when he was a Spurs player, I remember, and he's missed 1 today. The England goalkeeper reads the way he's going to put this and makes the save. It's a real let-off for Tottenham. That goal, or that penalty, I should say, could have cost them Champions League football. Robinson keeps them in the picture. And now Smothers at Sheringham's feet. Well, if Robinson was uneasy about the West Ham goal early on, he certainly made up for it there. Now, can Tottenham profit from that miss? Here's Davids. Now Benayoun for West Ham. Zamora's trying to time his run. Carrick's challenge is deemed to be fair. This is... oh, it's not Davids. Davids is not making any impression in this game at the moment. He may have got the verdict there against Scaloni. Sheringham's unhappy about the decision, still probably frustrated about his saved penalty. And Davids, who's made no real impression on the match so far, has earned Tottenham a free kick down here, which Michael Carrick will take. It's going to come out to Dawson. Lofted back in towards Gardner. Back in again by Dawson. Robbie Keane! 9 goals in the last 12 games, Robbie Keane. Oh, Bobby Zamora is onside for West Ham. Lee's trying to stop him. It's still Zamora. And in the end, Dawson got it away, but the little Korean fullback Lee did really, really well. Zamora, in the mood he's in today, was favourite there to score. There was no question about that. The break here, and the assistant referee kept his flag down. Lee did ever so well to hold Zamora up until Dawson arrived to help. Gabbidon. So we've had a penalty saved, a last-ditch clearance, and West Ham are coming again at Tottenham. Benayoun. Play on. Davids. Two to his left. Keane. Michael Carrick being hustled by Nigel Reo-Coker. Spurs have the free kick. And as the afternoon wears on, you still don't know which way this fourth place battle is going to go. Even though if Spurs were to win and finish fourth, of course, they've still got to wait for the result of the Champions League final to know whether they'd be in that competition next season. This is Sheringham. Reo-Coker with Davids, corner. But the cup final's 6 days away, but West Ham are playing this like a cup final. Benayoun with the corner for West Ham. Anton Ferdinand forward again. Oh, Sheringham! How many times have you seen him do that from corners? Running towards the kicker, aiming to volley it before the defenders can get to him. It's a real trademark effort, this, from Teddy. Just didn't make contact. So it's a corner on the far side this time. Sean Newton plays it short to Benayoun. Konchesky. Away by Robbie Keane. And the Tottenham end have gone very quiet. And I suspect that means they know that Arsenal are in front at Highbury. For the second time, Benayoun with the throw. And the West Ham fans are taunting Tottenham with 3-2 for the Arsenal. At the moment, it's Arsenal who are going to finish fourth if it stays like this. Spurs have got it all to do still. But having said that, they might consider themselves fortunate not to be behind. That Sheringham penalty, what an irony it would have been if it had been Teddy Sheringham who ruined Tottenham's chances. Paul Robinson kept them alive, and it's very, very tense wherever you are in the ground. Well, the food poisoning hasn't kicked in yet, Martin. Nearly an hour gone and no changes. On the chest of Zamora, Sheringham. Now then, oh, they wanted to get Konchesky in on the far side. Here he is now. Kelly. Fletcher. On by Tainio. Sheringham, Zamora's going through again. Oh, West Ham claiming they might have had another decision out of Chris Foy, but they won't this time. West Ham really on top now, and Chris Hughton and Martin Jol are in consultation. They're going to have to think about changing it. This is Reo-Coker though for West Ham. It's Zamora, it's Sheringham with the lob. Corner given. Oh, Robbie Keane protesting to Chris Foy. Spurs feel they're on the rough end of some decisions here in the second half. That one could have gone either way really. They've got the corner, West Ham. Well, if Spurs were to concede now, they might well be conceding fourth place. It's come out to Konchesky, blocked by Davids. Gabbidon. Over the heads rather there, this is Newton. Sheringham. Benayoun! Blocked by Lee. Reo-Coker to Ferdinand. Still the West Ham players crowding the box. Zamora. And the referee has penalised Zamora for a foul on Kelly. And Sheringham now is joining in the argument. Well, if you wanted to see a London derby hotly contested on the last day of the season, this was the place to be. There hasn't been one challenge that has been shirked. Feels for hands actually there. Well, Tottenham are going to have to change this, and it's got to be Davids to come off. He's made no real contribution. And on the left side, Reid, just recently returned after injury, is going to replace him. Oh, watch this. This Davids refusing to come off. The 5 was held up. Oh, apparently it's a mistake. It's a mistake by the board, by the fourth official. It's Michael Carrick who they're protecting. He's injured, Michael Carrick. I don't know how badly. He was hoping to be in the England squad. Now there's a bit of argument going on, I'm sure, with Martin Jol there. There was a real misunderstanding about that, but this is Keane. There was a real conversation down there about that substitution between Martin Jol and his players. They held up the 5 for Davids. He was very angry as he came towards the line. Then it became Carrick, but I still think they're going to make another change. This is Reid, who's just come on. Tries to pick out Keane. Now Tainio. Lennon. Tainio again. Oh, it's a good-looking ball. Defoe! Well, he scored 41 goals in 105 games here for West Ham. Jermaine Defoe, he's got another one today for Spurs. And this was another position from which we've seen him score. Tainio, a nice pass with the outside of the foot. This time, he's wide, Defoe. Spurs have got to go for the win. This is Reid. And with 20 minutes gone in the second half, they're going to have to start taking a few risks. Fletcher for West Ham. Benayoun. Sheringham, oh, it's a good touch. Bobby Zamora, outside him. Well, the other way from him, in fact, Newton is coming in. He had Reo-Coker in a better position. And Defoe's touch finds Keane. Lennon makes a run right to left. Here's Aaron Lennon. Tries to set up Defoe. He couldn't get it from under his feet. Keane again. Well, both teams are throwing everything into attack. It's Kelly for Tottenham. And Konchesky for West Ham. To Benayoun. He's overhit it. What an open game we've got here. He's got no choice, really. Sheringham. This is Benayoun. It's Bobby Zamora. Sheringham didn't quite read him there. Scaloni to Sheringham. That was meant for Reo-Coker. Fletcher. Benayoun. Zamora. Konchesky. Oh, two Tottenham players missed that. Now, Spurs have got a handle. Harewood is coming off the bench. Teddy Sheringham has done his bit. The captain must hand over the armband. On a day when he would have loved to have put that penalty away, Teddy Sheringham is being withdrawn to enormous applause. They're hoping he'll be there next season to become the oldest ever outfield player in the Premiership. In the meantime, a more modern hero is on the pitch. Harewood, top goal scorer this season for West Ham with 16. He's now up front with Zamora. It's possible that could be the cup final pairing if Ashton's not fit. Here's Andy Reid for Spurs. Into Robbie Keane. Offside. Halfway through the second half. Still, West Ham 1, Tottenham 1. Oh, that fell well for Reo-Coker. Can he go all the way? Or was he checked by Dawson? Referee says no. Defoe underneath this. It's going to come to Scaloni. 2 against 2 here now. Dawson wins it. Davids. Foul by Benayoun. And still they wait and wonder. Here's Robbie Keane. Good position for Tottenham. Keane finds room. Good save, Hislop. Typical Robbie Keane. But the Trinidad and Tobago goalkeeper, who may well be playing against England in 5 weeks' time, makes a save here to deny Spurs at the near post. That's a might have been. What's going to happen from the corner? Dawson gets up and Hislop picks it out beautifully, and West Ham are away now. Big Harewood. This is Reo-Coker. Harewood. Reo-Coker. Zamora coming near post. It's gone further than that. Benayoun keeps the ball in. And Tainio half away, as far as Fletcher. It doesn't look as though a draw is going to be good enough for Tottenham. They've got to go for the extra goal. Here's Davids, taken down by Reo-Coker. Or Newton, I'm sorry. Taken down by Sean Newton. Yellow card for Sean Newton for the challenge on Davids. Oh, and Alan Pardew arguing with the fourth official down here, and in fact arguing with Davids. He's crossed with Davids for the reaction. The West Ham boss had to be restrained by the fourth official, Phil Jocelyn, down there. This is the incident. It's Newton who comes in behind Davids. Caught him on the left ankle, it looks to me. It's a free kick to Spurs. Short by Lee. Tainio. Well, you just can't help feeling when you've been living this match minute by minute that there may be something dramatic still to happen in the last 19 minutes. Certainly they've got to have a quick consultation and decide whether to throw on perhaps Lee Barnard as the extra striker. That's Fletcher to Benayoun. Reo-Coker. Konchesky. Harewood trying to get by Kelly and Dawson. Fletcher to Reo-Coker. Barged out the way, free kick West Ham. Ferdinand jogging forward. Telling them where they want it. Now Newton got blocked there. That's Scaloni. Newton. Scaloni's cross. Zamora's up. It's come to Reid for Spurs. Oh, and Tottenham have got a chance here with Lennon. And he's got Robbie Keane outside him, Aaron Lennon. Reo-Coker brought him down. Free kick Spurs. Just thought for a moment that Aaron Lennon was going to release Robbie Keane outside him here. But Reo-Coker got his legs tangled up with Lennon's. And what can Tottenham produce from here? Carrick, the free kick expert, is off the pitch. Andy Reid, left footer, puts the ball down. West Ham form the wall. Deflection, two deflections. Tainio! So close. Just pulled it across the goal, Tainio. The goal that might have put Tottenham back into fourth won't arrive at the moment. Although that looked hopeful. Aaron Lennon. Good challenge, Reo-Coker. Benayoun to Konchesky. It was headed on there by Newton. Shirt pulling, surely. Marlon Harewood's shirt's nearly been pulled off his back by Lee. Chris Foy has to intervene. All the Hammers got was a throw out of that, but they can still push people forward. Harewood to try and head it on into the last 15 minutes of the final act of this dramatic season. Indeed, what is developing into a dramatic last day as well. David's still on the pitch after the substitute confusion. There's still something for West Ham to go for, don't forget. They don't know whether perhaps another goal would lift them one place further up the Premiership. Here's Tainio for Tottenham. They're desperate for the goal that would take them perhaps to fourth. This is Reid. It's come out to Lennon. Aaron Lennon. Little ball into Tainio. Kelly's up outside. Deflection on the cross, and it still won't go in for Spurs. It won't go for Spurs. It's a goal kick. Decent cross by Kelly, and Lee Barnard. Can the 21-year-old perhaps come on and make his name in what are becoming desperate circumstances now for Tottenham? Reo-Coker charging through, challenged by Gardner, and now Robbie Keane chasing. In fact, both managers are going to make another change any moment, but Danny Gabbidon lost control, and he lost control to Lennon. Just got a foot back in, play on advantage for Spurs. Defoe. Now Reid. It's Defoe again. Tries to chip Hislop. Changes coming up. Spurs have got a gamble. The fullback Lee will come off and be replaced by a striker, young Lee Barnard. Meantime, Edgar Davids replaces a broken boot, while West Ham prepare to bring on 18-year-old Kyle Reid, who made his debut in midweek. Anyway, Barnard is on, so it's now an all-out attack by Tottenham. Here's Lennon. Just one goal, Spurs fans are gasping. Marlon Harewood for West Ham, who honestly on the play have probably been the better side, but Spurs are right in there still. They've forgotten about the food poisoning for the moment. This is Reid looking for Barnard. Jermaine Defoe. Barnard outside him. He's up against Gabbidon. Barnard into the chest of Hislop. And now Konchesky. Benayoun. Reo-Coker. Zamora. Might have a shot from there. Robinson saves. Well, the man of the match for me. Doesn't take much working out. It's Bobby Zamora. He's had a colossal game, and Robinson here makes a decent save. Corner to West Ham. It's going to be taken by Sean Newton. A posse of three waiting to come in on this. Ferdinand, Fletcher, Harewood. None of them made it. It's come out to Reo-Coker. This is Newton. Benayoun's coming short, but Newton comes in himself. Finds Harewood. Back heel to Benayoun! Yossi Benayoun! West Ham take the lead, and it's Benayoun, the Israeli, and it comes with 10 minutes to go at Upton Park, and Spurs Champions League hopes disappear as West Ham strike a blow for Chris Hughton and Martin Jol. But what good footwork by Yossi Benayoun in his first season at Upton Park. The play built up intricately here, a lovely back heel, and Benayoun tucks that beyond Robinson. It was a great back heel by Reo-Coker, and Benayoun doesn't hesitate. Spurs, at the very last, seem now to have lost their chance of finishing in the top four. Marlon Harewood, and you have to say on the balance of the game that the Hammers are worth the lead. As if he writes his own scripts, Thierry Henry, he would get a hat-trick on the last day of Highbury, wouldn't he? The die seems to be cast now. They know it's 4-2 at Arsenal, the Tottenham fans. Harewood plays it inside. Extraordinary afternoon. And it's all happening in the capital, where Chelsea have already been crowned champions. What a year for London football. Aaron Lennon. Robbie Keane. Still Spurs threaten. Kelly. Barnard. And Aaron Lennon was nearly in. Well, full marks to Tottenham. There's no sign of capitulation. But it really looks now as though they need 2 goals. Defoe. Tainio. Had a good match, Tainio, for Tottenham. Keane. Kelly in space on the far side again. This is Lennon. There's Gabbidon there having to try and shake off Barnard. This is Davids. Well, now Tottenham have got to throw it all in. There's just no other way for them to go. Oh, it's come off Benayoun rather carelessly. This is Reid. Barnard's in the centre. Spurs hopeful that they might have got something from the referee there. Scaloni, Marlon Harewood. Zamora's pulled away to the left. Well, if West Ham play like this in the cup final, it's going to be some game next Saturday. Benayoun. Here he comes again. Zamora. Konchesky. Fletcher. Oh, Reo-Coker. Anton Ferdinand, little casual there. This is Barnard. Lennon. Defoe. Got that in well. Oh, a real chance there. Robbie Keane says it must be a corner. Chris Foy says goal kick. Nothing's going for Spurs. They need a miracle. And at last, Alan Pardew can get Kyle Reid on. But wait for the ovation for Zamora. I've never seen Bobby Zamora play so well as he's played today. Lifted maybe by the occasion or maybe by the incentive of a cup final place. He's had a stormer. And West Ham now don't seem to quite know what they're doing with the substitution. They've changed their minds as well, I think. Well, that's twice the wrong number's been put up on the board. They're going to bring off Benayoun. Well, we've had two very confusing substitutions in the midst of all this mayhem. Fact of the matter is, we're into the last 5 minutes plus stoppage time, and now Tottenham trying to get on Callum Davenport. I'm sure they'll put him up front. Tainio. Davids. Challenged by Reo-Coker. Davids again. Ball into Keane. Now Reid. That should be Hislop's. Well, let's hope they get the board numbers right this time. Tainio is leaving the field. Had a good game today, the Finn. Callum Davenport, who has gone up front before for Tottenham in an emergency, must surely go up and play alongside Barnard now. Robbie Keane may drop behind them, but there are only 3 minutes to go of normal time. Reid. Reo-Coker. Davids. This is Lennon. Davenport fell over. This is Kelly. Davids again. He's taking on Zamora. Still Edgar Davids. That was inspired, but Defoe just running into Ferdinand there. It was the best moment we've seen from Davids today. Oh dear me. It's not quite there for Spurs. But you've got to give West Ham full marks. They've given it all they've got today. They may be 6 days away from a cup final, but they weren't in any way compromised by that. Alan Pardew asked for a full-on performance, and he's got one. Newton. This is Keane. The sun is casting shadows across the Upton Park pitch, and the sun is going down on Tottenham Hotspur's Champions League hopes. What a topsy-turvy day it's been for Spurs. We are in the 90th minute. West Ham have a free kick. Fletcher will plant it over to this side towards Marlon Harewood. They're in no hurry here. There's going to be a good 4 minutes of added time though for Tottenham. So many interruptions and substitutions, and here's Zamora. What about that for winning the ball back in your opponent's third of the field? Newton. Davids came in behind him. This is Kyle Reid, who's just come on. Into Zamora. Picked up by Newton. Now Konchesky. Tottenham have 4 minutes to produce what would be surely the impossible comeback. This is Reid. Can they get a goal back here? Dawson plants it forward towards Davenport. It glances off Davenport. It's a goal kick, and another chance goes. Fourth place looked more than a possibility just a week or 10 days ago. Well, one or two West Ham players in the midst of all this excitement have done themselves no harm at all when it comes to cup final selection. Zamora and Fletcher notably combining again there, the two of them. This is Zamora. Davids. Still Spurs press and try to grab something, at least from this. Keane. Reid. Well, they've worked the ball across here to Michael Dawson. Plenty forward for him to aim at. Hislop began to come off his line, then went back. It's been hooked away by Sean Newton. This is Davids. Oh, he won that back well. Oh. And that's just about it, I'm afraid, for Spurs fans. They know the game is up. They're going to finish fifth and go into the UEFA Cup. But you have to say on the day, it's a very determined and buoyant West Ham that Tottenham have had to oppose. They've got a free kick though right at the end. Davenport was fouled. We're in the last of the 4 minutes that Chris Foy was going to add on as a minimum. West Ham taking their time in forming the wall. Keane and Lennon around the ball. They're pushing going on in there, and still more for Chris Foy to sort out. He'll bring them back a yard. Here's Robbie Keane. Well, it'll only be afterwards that we'll be able to assess whether last night's illness really had a detrimental effect on Tottenham, but certainly over the course of 94 minutes here, it's hard to take anything away from West Ham. And the unforgiving West Ham chant from the Bobby Moore stand is Champions League, you're having a laugh. What you have to say for Martin Jol and Tottenham while West Ham celebrate is that they're finishing in their highest ever Premiership position. Fifth, beats by 2 places Jerry Francis's team in 1995. Stoppage time is virtually up. Well, they're going to give their team some applause for the effort they've put in. There's no question about that. What a cracking London derby this has been. Spurs will finish 5th and go into the UEFA Cup. Still a very good performance by Martin Jol and his men. Their best ever Premiership finish. But West Ham go into the FA Cup final on a high. Consolation for Jermaine Defoe. That may come with the announcement of the England squad. He got the Tottenham goal today. One or two of their expressions at the end, what of resignation really. But West Ham win the game with a goal by Benayoun. What a day. And they'll feel as exhausted as the players. It's West Ham 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1.